Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ep.4 of the Hive playing Pokemon Lazarus. Today we have Spooks.
What go on, me people?
And we have Rushy.
Hello.
And boys, let me just put this out there. We've just tried recording this. And we had to stop because of a few reasons, but at least we've caught them early, right? But I'm also glad we've started again because I literally just completely skipped past some stuff right at the start. So how are we feeling today, boys?
He's too eager to get through this. I'll let him explain why.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done my back in, man. Literally getting muscle spasms as we speak. But we're going to power through this podcast because we are coming towards the end of the series now. Today's episode is about Gyms 7 and 8. And we have a lot of story-based stuff in today's episode. And we're all just sat waiting. After the 8th gym, our games are paused because next episode we are going to be taking on Victory Road, the Elite Four, and the Champion. So this is where boys become men. But we're not going to get into that because we don't want to get depressed that Lazarus has ended, do we, boys?
No,
it's been an emotional run, man. You've got to, everyone at home just realise this is our first ever series, season, little package, whatever you want to call it, isn't it? Yes, we've got things in the pipeline that don't need to be mentioned right yet, but that's going to be awesome for you lot. But still, it's an emotional time, man. This is the first one, and we can look back on it and go, rah, we did this, isn't it? But yeah, definitely.
So let's get straight into the spin wheel, boys. This time, when we just tried recording, I just completely skipped over it. Honestly, it's terrible. But as you guys know by now, we use a spin wheel for a lot of things, and we have our ability challenges on the spin wheel. As you guys remember from last episode, we have been stacking our challenges. So, Spooks, what did you come out with?
I like how you said that, because you know what I came out with. Came out with the best.
Yeah. Just because I do the spin wheel.
Yeah.
Not just that. He's saying that with malice, isn't it? There's a little bit of malice in the back of the throat there. Don't know if that's the back, but I know that's with me and Mold Breaker, isn't it? Now let me tell the people about Mold Breaker real quick, isn't it? Mold Breaker.
There's not much to say.
Exactly that, Rushy. Thank you very much. I'll pass it on to Ace. It's just the standard run for me. Once again, the Don has pulled through with the super luck, baby. Start calling me Hunch Crow out here with the look. You see, I'm wearing my Hunch Crow hat. You know what it is, bro. Man, I got that super luck right now, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it's worth pointing out that obviously the reason that is so incredibly jammy is because he got poison gas last time, which is also a standard run.
Yeah.
So
this guy's just technician.
One modifier this whole time.
Tell him again. Tell him again.
Okay, so obviously I don't know why I'm laughing because I actually ended up with Hypercutter, which once again is a standard run, and I'm going to be called a fraud, probably by Rushy actually. I was going to say in the comments, but Rushy's going to be on Fraud Watch Race 100%.
Oh yeah.
But I just
100%.
want to point out that I have been doing my dark type only run, so that's a challenge in itself. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the hardest for me.
So cheats were valid, isn't it? Cheats were valid in this.
I was just going to point out. I was just going to say.
I didn't know they did cheats in this game.
I
never knew that.
I never knew that. You're going to make me crash out. So I am the only person here that, one, hasn't done any cheats this entire run, and two, my third modifier was disguise. So disguise means that I have to start off every turn with a non-damaging move. So I have stacked technician, so lowest skill attacker, disguise, and intimidate, which is my lowest special attack or my lowest attack stat Pokemon to start. So it's yeah, it's not fun on my side here, but
It's
you
difficult
guys
for
are,
Rushmore out here.
yeah, you guys are plain sailing, and you'll see later on. I made some improvements to my team, which I've been judged about, but I'm the only person playing legit here.
Oh, don't
And...
my back! Oh, don't make me laugh. Trust, you guys wait until we get into Rushy's team, because this guy's pleading poverty when it comes to Pokemon. But wait till you see this guy's team. Honestly, I completely forgot about that. Oh, that's so funny. Which I've been judged about.
Anyway, we will get there, but yeah, that those were the spin wheel challenges for this week.
Yep.
And I think it's time that we move over to Pilates City.
Yes.
So Ace, I'll let you take it away.
So Pilates City is the first sort of gym leader town where we haven't really had to do anything to get here. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's the next city over, and it has the 7th gym leader here, which uses fire and flying types. So rock types are having an absolute field day, and I did add one to my team, who I grew extremely emotionally attached to, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So the only thing I found out about the gym before we actually took it on is there was an NPC that said something like, "You've got to beat strong trainers to take on the gym," and I didn't really know what that meant, because obviously the trainers in the gym were a pushover. But anyway, we'll get to the gym. Spooks, do you want to sort of take us around, see what we've got to note in this town here?
Well, the first thing I noticed about this town is when I spoke to the old geezer. I think his actual name was the old man, but I call him geezers on it. He was saying to us that it was the first place that civilization was developed in this town, which was pretty cool, because if you can remember, if you guys have been watching with us in episode 1, the first town we went to looked run down as anything, bro. Look run down. Then you come to this town, it looks like the best town that there ever has been, isn't it? Like, don't get me wrong, like, first civilization and everything. Of course, they had modifications to all the other towns, but at the same time, as I'm thinking, do you know what I mean? Like, this town should have been the last, like, the rural town kind of thing. Like, keep it as that. But that's one of the things there. I walked around, spoke to a load of people who just spoke a load of stuff, basically. There wasn't a lot of items I really personally found here. The only thing that I did find is that a performer gives you a strange souvenir. And I think in one of which, I don't know too much about the strange souvenirs. I don't know if they've been in any other Pokemon games. Obviously, Rushy's called me out before for being a fake fan, because I don't play any of the other the other Pokemon games, which is complete. I'll put my hands up. Accountability here. But I was going to actually ask you boys, what is a strange souvenir in it?
See, I don't know. I was going to ask Rushy.
Yeah, well, I didn't pick it up, so I've got no. I
Here we go.
Why did I put him down to Rushy?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's not a Hive podcast without Rushy's speedrun. It can't be the Hive without Rushy's speedrun.
Oh, no. That's hilarious.
Anyway, I'll tell you what. Let me just say this. How about if someone finds out what a strange souvenir is, if you can go on our Discord or Spotify or YouTube, comment underneath and tell us what the strange souvenir is. So we'll leave that with you, innit? That's a little game for you lot. Please tell us, even though that we're trying to tell you, innit?
Well, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because I may not have picked up in this game, but I do know what it is.
Oh, here we go. He loves to do that, doesn't he?
He gets throwing in them little plot twists.
He gets you, and then he just go on and tell us what it is.
So it was an item that could be found. I think it was an X and Y, and it basically it was just a hint at the Alola region. So basically they were just telling you about the next, they already had the next reason. It's a tiki statue, and obviously Alola's like Hawaii themed. So that was all it was.
Yeah, nice. The thing for me about this town is I actually realised this is my home city. This is my hometown. This is where the cheating Greek was born. this is I'll try and do
He
it.
can't do it.
This is where the cheating Greek was born and bred. It's the most Greek-looking town out of the lot. I can't tense too hard, otherwise we'll have to stop. But I did find the old Pilate outfit here, which is just above the gym. I'll put the footage on the screen of that now. There was a blue shard quest. If you guys remember the last episode, I said that any quest I pick up, if I can do them there and then I'll do them. But if not, I don't bother. And I got a decoration. I think it was like a Charizard statue. Obviously completely useless, but that's for the boat, which is like the sort of secret base type thing here. So I've got a few naughty little additions to the team.
Ooh.
Right when I got to this town, so I added Drapion onto the team. Ooh, baby, he is an absolute beast.
That
Poison dark
poison
type, that cross poison, that was coming in clutch a couple of times. Another thing that I added here was a midnight form Lycanroc. So I plan to put Tyranitar on my team, but obviously they're the exact same type. But I got so attached to this Lycanroc. He was so good. His moveset was incredible. He had Stealth Rock that he could learn. And then he learnt this this move called Obstruct, but I'd never seen that before. But basically what it is this Protect. But if the opposing Pokemon makes contact with the user, it lowers their defense by 1 stage. So I was coming in, literally starting battle, Stealth Rock, Obstruct, and then just like a Rock Slide or something like that. Wow, he's got a special place in my heart. Actually, I don't know if it was a girl. Clearly, I'm not too fast. You know what I mean?
Trust.
And also, just quickly before we move on to the rival battle, unless anybody's got anything else to say, I'll just quickly say a couple of notes here.
The only thing is I get is that you get another battle by Ranier here. You pick up the quest for, is it the Arcan quest for the fan or something like that, or Archen or something like that, or one of the fossilized Pokemon, isn't it?
Right.
So you get the quest there, and is it called? I think. What is Ceruleage's first evolution? Charcadet. And I found the armors here.
So I was about to say the malicious armor was to the left of the city, and then I recall finding, I can't remember what the other armor set's called, but I did find it, and it was there somewhere.
Is it the auspicious armor or something like that? Auspicious armor? Yeah. So I found that, and for me personally, I don't know about you boys, but I done a lot of exploring before doing the gym. So I explored the east side and the west side as well first before I could do the gym. So I don't know if you boys want to talk about that after, or are you happy for me to talk about that now?
See, I did it after. Rushy, when did you do it?
I did it after as well.
Oh, we'll leave it as after then.
We'll wait for after.
We'll wait for after, innit?
Just quickly, a couple of things that I did is I went back to Pythios Town, which has the move relearner and obviously the name rater there, and I was just having a look through because, as you guys know, one of my abilities challenges is disguise. Obviously, Rushy ended up with the same one for this episode, but I was using things like Leer. Do you know what I mean? I was keeping them on the moveset like Leer and Growl, just so I could do it. But I thought, there's got to be better. I know there's better, non-damaging moves. So I went back to the move relearner, and for some reason, literally everyone could learn Sword Dance. So I've got Sword Dance on nearly all of my Pokemon. Greninja got a move called Mat Block as well, which gave you protection from all damage for a turn. That was quite handy. But I put Sword Dance on my Drapion, and on my Scrafty I put Sword Dance and Thunder Punch as well. So the team is looking built up and ready to just smash anyone that comes towards them. apart from if they're obviously a fighting type or a fairy type, because they'll just take them out straight away. Literally the whole team. But yeah, Rushy, do you want to take us into Gym 7?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you might smash them all up, but you still don't stand a chance against Jumpluff.
Woo! Here we go again. Here we go again.
Look, I've literally got Honchcrow in the podcast with me over there. Like, he's gonna be using dual wing beat on your ass.
What is that? What he says?
Don't forget, he's my cousin as well. So.
Hitting me over here, just winning battles, going.
Pause.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Wait, no one done that motion, isn't it?
They made that noise.
Start going.
That
that cousin link up again, isn't it?
Nah, we ain't doing that. I'm just thinking about the poor Spotify listeners here and that.
Oh, don't worry about them, innit? Don't worry about them. They're being enjoying that. Like, yes. We can't see it, but we can hear it. We can hear that. But yeah, Rushy, take us into that Gym 7, bro, before it gets weird again.
Okay. So as we go up to Gym 7, just before we head in, we do have an encounter with Rania again, and she wants to battle you, just to see how you're getting on. So we'll put the footage on the screen of that now. But yeah, it's like a normal rival battle. All of her Pokemon that she's had previously have evolved. So there's a Ninetales in there. If I can recall, there was also a Mawile, a Vikavolt, I believe, as well for me. And then at the end of the battle, she comes in with a Mega Victory Bell.
Yes.
So yeah, that was just before the gym. Quite simple, really, quite easy to take down. And then we head into the Gym 7. So Gym 7, as said earlier, the leader is, or the gym trainer is Raideen, fire flying type, and the sort of gimmick for this gym is there is a cave that you've got to make your way through before you can fight the leader.
Did you manage to use Flash this time?
You know what? It wasn't one that I needed to use Flash for. So I didn't have to use it, no. But it was this one was more of like a maze, so you have to, and they actually mention if you speak to the like the guy on the door who obviously like introduces all the gyms. There's one in every gym. He says, "Oh, you should learn the layout of Pilates City, and that will help you in this." So I didn't go and learn the layout of Pilates City, but I'm assuming that the corridors and things you take within the gym, and we have got the footage of that too, so we'll put that on the screen as well now. But I'm assuming that the corridors and that inside are based on how Pilates City is laid out. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I did catch on to that, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that is neat.
But yeah,
man.
so the in the maze, what you've got to do is you've got to find 3 torches to light, which is fitting as it's a fire type gym. And then once you've lit all 3 torches, Raideen will then take you on. So I think that covers just about everything. So if we want to get into our gym battles, I don't mind starting here.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Cool. So Gym 7. So as I said, all the candles are lit. So we go in to fight Raideen. And we'll put my footage on the screen now. So Raideen led with an Oricorio for me, and I had a Jumpluff. So not the greatest of matchups. So Oricorio used Aqua Step on me here, not very effective, obviously, because I'm also a flying type. So I then went in with an Acrobatics. Again, does a little bit of damage, but not too much. Obviously, Oricorio then uses Teeter Dance, and that confuses me. And then I get hit with an Air Slash, which does a lot of damage. And then I go in with a Bullet Seed, which doesn't do too much, but
bullet. Sorry, I
love that. But yeah, and then so my Jumpluff then gets taken out here, so I come in with Greninja. Obviously, I start off with a Water Pulse to take out the Oricorio, and that finishes off the Oricorio there. So I keep my Greninja in.
Nice.
And she sends out an Arcanine, he's Swian Arcanine. Obviously, I go in with Double Team to raise my awareness, but I do take a big hit there and hit a Water Shuriken though, which takes out the Arcanine in just one move. I love my moves that use multiple attacks in one turn, like my Water Shurikens, Bullet Seeds. They're great. So Chandelure comes in, I go with another double team, and then Water Shuriken again, which makes easy work of the Chandelure because I hit a nice crit hit there too. So that takes that out. And then Salazzle, which is a really cool Pokemon. I really like Salazzle. So again, double team again. Obviously, I'm doing my Disguise Challenge here. They hit a Toxic on me, and that poisons my Greninja, but I hit a Water Pulse to take out the Salazzle in one hit.
Nice.
So yeah, Greninja doing some big work here, but obviously the poison is really damaging me. So I switch out into my Hisui and Arcanine, and they send out a Tauros, which is obviously these are the Scarlet and Violet Tauros, aren't they? So there's all different forms, which is quite cool. So I get hit with a Scary Face. I hit a Sandstorm, obviously, and then on my second turn here, I hit a Rock Throw, which doesn't do much, but I then go for Raging Fury after the Zen Headbutt hits me. Raging Fury is so strong, but obviously with the typings matching up here, this is a fire type Taurus. Doesn't do a load of damage, but it's enough. And then I go in again with a flamethrower here at the end, and I think that might take the Tauros out, or very very nearly takes the Tauros out. So I know here that the Sandstorm is going to do work, but actually the leader super potions the Tauros, so it's back up to full health. I hate it when that happens. It's the most annoying thing in the world.
So jarring, man. It's so
So
jarring.
I get Zen Headbutted again and going with the flamethrower. I say I'm just trying to do chip damage here. I don't want to switch back into my Greninja because my Greninja's going to die. But that might have to happen. But yeah, the Arcanine gets taken out here. So back in with Greninja to finish off the Tauros with the Water Pulse. But obviously the Greninja is poisoned and it gets hit by the Sandstorm, so that takes it out. So I come in with my Ampharos, and luckily enough, Toucannon is the next Pokemon that comes out. So perfect, really. Flying type. Mega Evolve my Ampharos here. And the Toucannon actually Mega Evolves as well, which is really cool. It's got like a little picky peck on the side of it, which I thought was awesome. So yeah, Discharge here takes out the Toucannon. And yeah, that is the end of the gym for me.
Nice. Sounds pretty plain sailing for you.
Not
to be
too
fair.
bad. My team works quite well against flying and fire types. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, you're right. That Mega Toucannon is awesome because it has parental bond, right, which is the same as Mega Kangaskhan. Yeah. No, that caused a couple of problems for me. But Spooks, do you want to jump into yours now?
Yeah, so basically I would like to just point out before this gym battle, Malaron evolved into Aggron. So we're rocking a fully evolved final evolutional team right now. So that was the last hush puppy I was waiting on.
Time.
And now it's going crazy right now, bro. That Aggron, it's always been one of my first and one of my favorites from Pokemon Emerald, bro. When I had him in Emerald, I'm just so happy. I had to give him his flowers and that before I start this gym battle. But going into the gym battle, we started off. The Oricoro comes in. Obviously, I put up the footage when I started it. The Oricoro comes in, lowers our speed. We get hit with the static. Then the signal beam comes out because obviously I've still got. So obviously for me, I've still got to use Technician. I've still got to use like my full, like when we all stacked. So it's still got to be my weakest move. I do the Mega Stone here. Obviously hit it with the discharge. She then starts coming out with the Togekiss. Togekiss comes out, hit it with the discharge, but she hits me with the Yawn, and I hate Yawn. But we tank it obviously on the first move. Togekiss goes down, and then the Bravery comes out. So obviously then I'm thinking to myself, who do I go to? I'll go to my boy Stainless. Of course we go to Stainless. We have to hit it with that Bulldoze. Even though that doesn't do anything, it's still our weakest move right now, isn't it? So then we hit it with the Rock Slide. She switches out to the Salazzle. And I'm right, cool. I'll go back to the Bulldoze because I've already used Bulldoze. Hit the Bulldoze, super effective. One hits that. And then she comes out with the Chandelure now. So the Chandelure, I'm a bit like, right, okay, cool. Where's this? Like, goes fire. Come up with my boy Kelpie. Obviously, it doesn't mean Kelpie right now, but he's going to be Kelpie then. She hits me with the Will-O-Wisp. I have to go for the feint attack because that was still my weakest on there. Then we go straight for the Dragon Dance, but she hits me with that Infernal Parade, bro. What a bloody move that is, isn't it? Like, that just completely done me, innit? That completely done me. She hits me with a second one of those. See you later, Kelpie. It was all I could say. Come in with the Hunch Crow, baby. That's why we're wearing the hat. We use that dual wing beat because it's still our weakest move, but because we've got super luck and we've got the razor claw on it, we're hitting that crit, innit? So dual wing beat done it. She comes back out with the bravery, hit it with the night slash, and then it's like she'll get it down to the red with the bravery. She uses a hyper potion, back to the dual wing beat. We're still hitting them crits. Uses a slash on us, so we slash it back with the night slash. Does the bravery. The two cannon comes out, and I'm like, all right, cool. What? Who can I bring out? Of course, that's my boy Crank 2.0 right now, isn't it? But it's Ampharos to you. But we're still Mega Evolved. But because I've already used this move, I can use Discharge now. Do you know what I'm saying? I've already used this weakest move before. We carry on. We use Discharge again. Two cannons out. And all I can say is, for me, that's the gym. That's the
Sounds
gym.
like it went pretty smoothly as well, to be fair.
Well, if you know what I mean, when you've got the toughest spin the wheel, you know what I mean? You've got to try and make it as smooth as possible.
This guy.
Oh my god! You wait till the next season, bro. I'm gonna be stitching you up.
Right? You can't.
He's gonna be using real life cheats.
Trust me, real life cheats.
Trust me. ZK, you got this one because I chose this one.
Trust me. Just sat there spinning the wheel for like 5 hours until it lands on the worst one.
No, that's not good enough.
They're like, Cuz, when can we play the game? When can we play the game? Yeah, 2 minutes, isn't it? I've done my back. No, okay, so I actually found this gym really difficult. I don't know if my dark type run is really coming to bite me, but I'll put the footage on the screen now. We've got a run through of my team. There's the Lycanroc that I said that I have fallen in love with. There's Scrafty, who's been on the team for a while. We've got Greninja there, a good addition still, and obviously Incineroar, my starter, is still there. And there's the Drapion, and we've got Spooks here as well, the Honchkrow. But anyway, let's jump into the battle. So she leads with the Oricorio, which I found so annoying. With that Aqua Step, but I use this Obstruct, so it tries to hit Lycanroc, but it gets its defense lowered, and then I set up the rocks because I thought, you know, there's a lot of fire flying types, they take a lot of damage from stealth rocks. So Oricori actually crits me here, and I missed the rock slide, which was an absolute nightmare. And I'm thinking, right, Lycanroc's going down, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one more Obstruct just to get that defense down one more stage on the Oricorio, because of course every time it's using Aqua Step it's boosting its speed, so I think this must be about +4 in speed about now. So I go in with Spooks here and I decide that I'm going to haze to get rid of all these speed increases, thinking I might be able to outspeed myself, but I can't. Anyway, I hit the dual wing beat, and there's the hyper potion like Rushy was saying about. Dual wing beat again. We've got a fiery dance here, and it raises its special attack. I'm also confused here, but there's the crit. There's Spooks with his super luck just critting, coming in clutch for me. So it looks like we're going to be switching into Incineroar here. On the bravery switching, Intimidate from Incineroar lowers the attack by 1 stage, and there's that Will-O-Wisp. I was telling Spooks last night. Will-O-Wisp literally saved me in this, because you watched my battle, didn't you? I showed you my battle yesterday.
Obviously, he was having personal chats with his Murkrow, and I didn't know anything. He wasn't speaking to me,
chatting about it. Someone tries to learn mean look there, but I like to see myself as a kind soul, so I won't be doing anything mean. Especially not in the Pokemon world. But here's the Paldean Tauros coming out here. I was switching on Greninja. He flame charges me straight away, and I do map block. I'm not too sure how that move works, but anyway, We go straight for the water shuriken 4 times because, unfortunately, due to one of my challenges, I can't have the loaded dice, unlike some people. So I've just got to rely on pure luck here. Anyway, Tauros goes down nonetheless, and here comes Rushy's favourite Pokemon, Salazzle. She comes in, and again, because of disguise, my challenge from before, Map Lock, it does nothing. So I go for the Water Shuriken, and it hits a little bit harder than what it does Tauros, but only 3 times, and Salazzle takes me out with Flamethrower. And here comes, by the look of things, the time for the Drapion. Swords Dance on the switching. Just straight up swords dancing. Salazzle disabled swords dance, but I hit a crit with Night Slash. Again, someone's trying to learn a move here, but I was quite happy with my moveset anyway. So Chandelure comes in here, and I try to use Swords Dance again, but I have to put down Toxic Spikes because my Swords Dance is disabled by the Salazzle. The Chandelure burns me, and I take it out with a Night Slash anyway. I think that was a crit there, and obviously, if you guys don't know, crits ignore stat changes, so absolutely no problems there. Sword Stance is still disabled, and here is that Mega 2 Cannon who starts heating up its beak. I'm not too sure what that means, but he takes me out. He takes me out. I know a few man with a few big beaks in it, so them
hot beaks.
Just me, them hot beaks, that hot breath. So Incineroar comes out and gets the Intimidate off, which is handy. And we Darkest Lariat here. Drill Peck obviously hits twice because of the parental bond, but finally my gym battle is done, and honestly, that was the most I've struggled so far in a gym battle. I thought that was harder than 8 for me, anyway.
Was that harder than your? Was it Gym 6? Because your team got battered in Gym 6.
Oh yeah, maybe. Not really. I don't really know how to explain it. I just didn't. I didn't feel like I was gonna win.
Yeah.
But in Gym 6, I felt like I could pull it off. But this, I just didn't feel like I was gonna win. But obviously, still won first try. You know me, baby. I can't cheat my way out of the battles, man. It's peak out here. Trust me.
I think going off like what you said, Ace, is like we can definitely tell like this dark run is it's not a struggle for you, but it's definitely taken its toll on you. And especially now we've got gym leaders that have got the dual typings now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's almost something to counter react to your Pokemon now. Do you know
Every
what I'm trying
single
to say?
time, yeah.
So yeah, I can definitely understand why it's getting harder for you because, like I say, them dual typings and obviously Mega Evolutions and stuff like that. Cause it's a bit
which
of a
I can't
nightmare,
use. Yeah,
it's a bit of a nightmare, cuz.
It is a nightmare at the moment.
And but you know, it's one of those things, and obviously, you know, it sounds like some of us had good ones. Obviously, like I said, with me with the spin wheel, having the hardest runs with the spin wheel, it was a bit of a mazza, but I pulled through it. And you know, and also, I would just like to say is after you beat the gym, you get to use a certain HM, and you get to use a certain TM, which I absolutely love, and my favorite TM is Flamethrower right now, bro.
Yeah.
Flamethrower is a big move. Do we want to release to the people who are playing along with us what HM you're allowed to use after this gym?
Finally, after all of these gyms, we finally get access to Fly. We needed this so long ago. Of course, we have the boat, but it's just long because you've got to go into the boat, you know, you've got to mess around there, and then you've got to go back out again. But finally, we do get Fly. Access or to be able to use Fly. Obviously, we don't actually get to do anything once we finish this gym battle because we get rushed straight into some commotion. Team Chimera have been once again dipping their toes in. They've been chucking their pennies in. Do you know what I mean? They're just an absolute nightmare. All they do is they just keep causing us issues. So Rushy, do you want to take us through exactly what Chimera were doing after this gym?
So we come out of the gym and the whole map has gone dark and stormy. And it seems that something's gone on and you get rushed up by it's Rania and Nico, I think, and they come up to you and they say, "Hold on a second, something's happened here. Sopho City, we need to get there because Chimera in the temple, and we've been to that temple before. It's where the statues of the 3 legendary dogs are. So we get rushed over to Sopho City, and as we enter the temple, we can see that the statues have come alive, basically. And Calliope is in there with her Team Rocket admins, Team Chimera admins, and and Suicune, Entei, and Raikou are sat at the back there, and they have been brought back to life somehow. We don't know how, and we get a whole speech from Team Chimera about their plans and what they're going to do. We've heard it all before. They're going to take over and they're going to bring riches to the region and things like that. And I would like to say here, in the last episode, I made a prediction about. So we were at the Marmoro Mines, and the Team Chimera grunts, they told us about an ancient machine, and that they were going to put the 2 pieces together, and they've done that. And what happens is they use this ancient machine to turn the 3 legendary dogs into their paradox alternatives. So we end up with Raging Bolt, Gouging Fire, and Walking Wake. And the admins take 1 each, and Calliope takes 1 too. And they basically dash out of there. And we get kind of left in the dust. And then Nico has a plan, though. He's put a plan together for us. And I don't know, Spooks, if you want to explain what that plan is.
So basically, he believed that we could do something. Well, what I've got written down for that is him and Rania believe that we can still do something, as the admins were talking about other godlike Pokemon.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? And I just want to put out there, like, Rashi, well done for predicting that, because that was only the last episode we were talking about that. So that was just like, let's not just run over that. Rushy, you done bits on just thinking that. So
well done.
Well done for you, man. Like, that was a big thing, especially for someone like me. If you are like me, who is a fake fan, as Rushy calls them. But and played those sort of games.
You've called me worse, mate. You've called me worse.
Leave it out, bro. Leave it out. Man, I don't talk too much. Leave Honchker out of this. But yeah, it's one of those things. It's like Nico and Rania, they believe that there's still something we can do, and as they overheard the admins talking about other godlike Pokemon. So when you're talking about the other godlike Pokemon, we're thinking land, sea, sky. Now I know that narrows it down a little bit. But when you think of land, sea, and sky, what do you boys think? Like, realistically, I know I might be babying this down a little bit, but like, you never know. It could be like Lugia. Lugia came out of the sea, bro. If we're watching the fucking anime, sorry for my S-bomb. If we're watching the anime, and you see Lugia come out, Lugia came out of the sea. Ho was in the sky.
There's only 3 Pokemon it could have been. There's only 3. We know who they are.
And 2 of them are on your team.
Yeah.
How many are on your team, cuz? How many are on your team?
2 of them are on my team. Obviously, if you haven't clocked on here, the 3 Pokemon they ask us to go and find are Groudon, Kyogre, and the mighty Rayquaza. And those are the 3 Pokemon that they believe are going to help us to take out the Team Chimera grunts and finally the boss. So yeah, that's what they do. That's our next task. So although it's not,
and they impact Rushy's team.
They do. And you know what? Without getting too far ahead of ourselves, I will say so. Obviously, we've just unlocked the ability to use HM Fly. I didn't have any Pokemon on my team that could use that, so I haven't got a
what?
Yeah, so apparently Dragapult.
What about Jumpluff?
Jumpluff can't use it. Apparently Dragapult can't use it either.
Right.
So for some reason they weren't able to learn Fly. So I had to put Rayquaza in the team eventually when we caught Rayquaza. Yeah. and
that's what you're going with. Is that what you're going with,
and also I would also like to put in there. Obviously, that is the next step. What we do is we have to go and catch all 3 of those Pokemon. They've told us to use them. That's our only way of beating Team Chimera. So that's what I'm going with. And also, so as I mentioned earlier, I've had a bit of stick for this. I've had a bit of stick for using legendary Pokemon in my team. Someone asked me if I was a child. I am a full grown adult, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a. I have never, in every Pokemon game I've ever played, and I think that's stuck fairly true throughout my entire playthrough here. I've played this game the exact way I've played all my other Pokemon games. I always put the legendaries in the team. It's that whole idea of the power fantasy thing for me. That's why I enjoy playing the Pokemon games. And for me to be the best trainer, you've got to have the best Pokemon in your team. So I'm sticking with it.
Fair play, man. If that's what you want to do.
But I'm glad we cleared the air,
There was a bit of tension in the group chat that morning, weren't there? Saturday morning.
Now, you know what? The thing that actually annoyed me is the fact that I had to ask this man to send me his team about 40 times.
Yeah, because I didn't know what legendaries I was going to put on it, bro. When you said that we could use legendaries on the team, I ain't used them since I was 10. I ain't put legendaries.
You ain't played any other Pokemon games since you were 10, have you? You fake fan?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, bro. I've played Pokemon games, but it's been, bro. I'm 28. I'm 28, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm only messing.
Let's just say, bro. Man's not, bro. If I can put 6 Arceus on my team, just because you put Rayquaza and listen, it's gonna turn into a beef thing. No. It's turned into a beef thing, isn't it? Like, listen. I guess, like I said in the group chat, we're all cheating in our own way.
Yeah,
we're all cheating in our own way now, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're all cheaters, isn't it? So, moving on with the cheating squad of Lazarus, isn't it?
Come on.
So, obviously, upon the arrival, and we see all of these people, and they're telling us, you know what I mean, we've got to go get the other land Pokemon. He believes, obviously, you know, Team Chimera, they will use the dogs to go after the other godlike Pokemon, and we do come across all of that. But the first thing is, I want to say, Ace, where did we find Groudon, bro? Where did we find Groudon?
So, if you guys remember, when we first went to that temple, there was a place just down the way from there that we had to go into called Satir's Lair. And this is actually, there was like a cave entrance in the cave, but it said there was like too much power there or something.
It was too hot.
So we couldn't go there.
Yeah, little Don was there, wasn't it? Blocking the way, isn't it?
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, it was too hot, yeah. So, yeah, now we can actually go in there, and that is where Groudon is chilling. There was a few trainers here, nothing to really, you know, like they weren't difficult whatsoever.
No.
We do have the admin fight here though, so I can put the footage of my admin fight on the screen now. Unfortunately, my battle against Groudon was very boring, as I'm sure yours was, Spooks, because we've got the catch-all cheat on.
So bro, I thought we was going to let that slide with me, brother. I understand you and that you've been putting it out there that you cheat, but I want to try and tuck that away in episode 3.
No. You've exposed yourself now.
I've got the super luck, innit?
That can't protect you, innit?
Super luck, innit?
That hat can't protect you from your own trainer, bro. Trust me. You ain't got to worry about that.
Bro,
I'll expose you for what you truly are.
Have you, man, ever seen one Pokeball catch a legendary? What?
You have now, or you will do.
What? I'm an ace trainer.
You're using cheats. You're using cheats like me, bro.
Yeah, so how was your battle, Rushy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put my footage on the screen, but yeah, so what I did is I didn't realise to begin with that, like, I thought we'd just beat it and then we'd be able to catch it after that. But so I beat Groudon, and then I had to beat him again and again and again until I finally caught him. But yeah, he's a cool fight. I mean, it's the what? What?
I just nothing.
Look
All I can.
Groudon. You go look like Groudon again.
All I can hear is struggle, innit? Like you ran out of all of your moves. Rushy had to use struggle.
Yeah.
No, I'm using struggle this episode, innit?
Nah, it weren't too bad. It weren't too bad to fight him. But obviously, the form of Groudon that we're fighting is the primal form. I thought that was interesting to add, just because obviously primal form is a little bit different. And if you were to use Groudon Shmoney, you wouldn't be able to use primal form because it's a held item. So, but yeah, just thought that was interesting to add. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, and I did eventually catch it after not too long.
Swear down.
No, that's fine. I wouldn't ever dream of putting a legendary on my team anyway, because oh no,
that's what you get.
I'm getting karma for taking the myself in. Rushy just used psychic on me and took me down, innit? I wouldn't ever dream putting a legendary on my team, innit? That's just not me.
Bruv, too much corners getting held. Corners getting thrown, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so obviously, Ace, you can't use Groudon if you want. Even if you wanted to, you wouldn't be able to use the primal version because it's a held item. So, yeah, not something you would be able to do. And as you said before, you wouldn't use legendary Pokemon. That's fine. That's how you play the game. Not a problem. I've got no problems with that. Although people seem to have problems with the way that I play the game, and I don't think it's fair. Nah, you know what? I completely get it. I completely get it. Why you guys wouldn't necessarily use legendary Pokemon, because they say they are really strong, but actually you'll see from the footage later. Actually, they're not game breaking in this, and you will see that they're quite. And I find this is the case sometimes with the legendary Pokemon. They're quite squishy. They don't. Although they come at high levels and they have really high level attacks and they really strong attacks, they still get taken out just if it's a bad matchup or a strong Pokemon that you're fighting against. They do tend to take a lot of damage anyway. So, but that's by the by.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've once you've taken on Groudon, I mean, and actually you can do this in any order you want to, but it seems like we all chose the set. Well, you can do Kyogre or Groudon in any order you want to, but I think we all chose the same order here. So we all went to the lair, and then you then have to go and find Kyogre, which is actually in where was it? It was the Katara City. Was that correct?
Kaptara, yeah. It was Kaptara Island, next to the one that Spooks was talking about earlier, where you end up getting fly. So you can go left or right in the city, in Palati City, and if you go to the left, you actually come to like this lake cavern type thing. After there was a strength puzzle here, right?
There was.
Took me way longer than it should have done.
Bro, that speed up, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now,
it was bad.
Last boulder, I kept going up instead of to the left, and I had to keep going out, in and out, and I was sitting there going, I've had enough. Done this 5 times now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
5 times,
yeah.
bro. But I also found TM24 Thunderbolt here, which is
gonna
be using that later.
And we're just gonna say as well. So obviously, the previous admin that we fought at Groudon, he had the Gouging Fire. So just thought, obviously you'd have seen it on the screen, but I'll just say it. And then actually here, I don't know if you guys did this, but obviously when you go to the right to find Fly Guy, who ironically has the HM Fly. If on that route, if you go up, there's actually a little hidden sort of like temple thing, and by that temple, I don't know if you guys found it, but you find a Master Ball.
Yes.
No,
yes,
I didn't pick that up.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't need that.
No, you guys don't need it, but there is one there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there's a Master Ball.
I have to go back and sell that.
Trust, you need the money, man. You need the money.
And I bought a Greninja as well, just in between that bit too. So I now have Mega Greninja.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right for some, man. Oh my god. Do we want to go? So did we want to go? Well, we can pretty much cover the left and the right in this, can't we?
Yeah.
Of Captara Island. So we go through the strength puzzle, and Spooks, do you want to tell everybody at home what we actually find when we finally get past those boulders?
Well, when you finally get past them boulders, it was one of those ones where I believe that you have to fight a psychic, and she comes towards you. And this is just another annoying part after the puzzle, because she comes towards you and she actually blocks off the entrance. So you've got to go all the way like back in out of the scene, go do the little puzzle again. Obviously, I hit it, and go then past there. Then I'm seeing Don chilling there with the Suicune and the Walk and Wake, and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Suicune's one of my favourites. I played Crystal before, and I absolutely love Crystal, and that Crystal was a bad boy game. But I'm seeing it there. But like, you know, it's trying to get Kyogre at this point. Kyogre's in this little yard, so if you're playing along with us, so that it's in the tiny little house. And basically, when we get there, we get to the bit, and he like hears all the commotion basically outside. Like there's like these legendary god Pokemon are like they're like just normal human beings. Kyogre came out of his house like, "What one for you, man? Bro, I'm trying to sleep here. I'm in a deep sleep right now. Like, what are you man doing out here? Innit? Like, what are you doing? Innit? There's an admin just making mad noise." So obviously we have to like put him down, go through the gym, go through the battle. Sorry, not the gym battle. We have to go through the battle. I mean, if any of the boys have got footage up, they put it up. They put it up now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't personally have any of that footage.
I think
But
I
yeah,
do.
we kind of just defeated Kyogre, and it was one of those bits where a bit like Groudon. I think Kyogre, obviously, because it's a whale type Pokemon, it couldn't bow its head like Groudon did. So when Groudon saw us, it bowed our head to us at the first time, like acknowledged us, like you know we're a certy trainer right now. So and with the primordial like item going on, it actually heals up all your Pokemon after. So if you are playing with us, don't worry about running back to the city after, because when you meet Kyogre, Groudon, or you know, we're getting to it Rayquaza. If you actually click on them before the battle with them, they actually heal all your health for you. So there's no need to start running back after. Just make sure you click on them. I just wanted to point that out there. But obviously, you know, the Kyogre battle was mad tough. Obviously, you know, I just threw one Pokeball and that was it.
Literally the same as me.
Yeah, so obviously me and Ace just done the same thing and just went, yeah, and that was basically it for me. Then we was just moving on after that. Ace, where did you get up to?
So when after that, so I actually went left first on that island to do all of that what we just said, because I asked Rushy where Fly was and he said it was to the left.
Can I say to the left?
So yeah, you said to the left, and then I'd done it all, and you went, "Oh, actually, wait, no, it's on the right." I was like, "Cheers, mate." Obviously, to the right is where Rushy picked up his Master Ball, but we do, after fighting a few trainers, we do end up at the Fly Guy, as mentioned earlier. I've actually got my battle for Fly Guys, so that will be playing on the screen about
nice.
now. I'm not going to talk us through it because it's not, to me, that's not a major battle. You know, we agreed that we'd just do all the gyms and the Elite Four and Champion to commentate over, but that'll be playing in the background. I think
I would just like to.
Sorry,
Cuz, just to cut in. I would like to just say I apologise for not speaking about that beforehand. It was literally like as soon as I got Fly, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this. I've been waiting for Fly for time. So I'd like to say that I apologise that I didn't speak about it when anyone did say. But yeah, sorry, carry on. Sorry for interrupting. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah. We get the auspicious armor here as well, which Spooks did briefly mention earlier. Rushy, anything else to really note here?
No, that was about it. I say it was kind of a set up part of the map, so that you had to do the kind of loop to get the Fly, and then you loop back round, and then you can loop over to Kyogre and do that loop as well. So there's not too much else going on in that area.
No, not really. I mean, the only thing that goes on is when I was, you know, what I spoke about with Kyogre. Like I said at the start of the episode, when we got to this town, I already explored everything. So when the boys are speaking about it now, like I said in the beginning of the episode, But a bit like me, I explore the outside areas first, then I come back to the gym. So it was like I already got fly before I done gym 7. So yeah, I'm glad that everyone can hear what you have to go through. And I think that bravery, what the fly had, what was that, a lowland or Hisuian bravery? It was like a purpley.
Yes, Hisuian.
Hisuian.
Yeah.
Awesome Pokemon. Awesome Pokemon.
What typing is
He was
that?
one of the. Is it flying psychic?
I think so.
Nice.
Like Sigilif.
And it glows like when it
Bad boy
attacks.
Pokemon, by the way.
Yeah. Sigilif was a bad man back in the day. Just quickly, I've just looked at my notes again before we move on. You do get Solar Beam here, at the bottom left of the right hand side, and then also something that was really cool because I don't know if you guys remember from back in the day, to get leftovers, quite often leftovers would just be in a bin, and you'd interact with the bin and get it.
Yeah.
So because of that, if I ever see like, like little tree stumps or bins around the map, I always click on them, and on the far right, I clicked on the tree stump and actually got a nugget, which I thought was pretty
Nice.
cool. Obviously, completely null and void for me, but I literally, I think I just trashed it. I just put it in the trash. Because if you guys remember last time, my bag was full when I was trying to get Spiritomb, who I didn't even end up using, because he's actually not as good as you think he is. Um, but yeah, there's also a max revive at the top, I think, kind of near the Master Ball. But are you guys ready to get into the Tower of Deoxypus?
Yeah, definitely.
Rushy, do you want to kick us off there?
Yeah, so we head over to the tower. So once we've done, say, Groudon, Kyogre, they're finished. The next Pokemon and the last one we need to catch is Rayquaza. So we head over to the Tower of Deoxypus, and we climb the tower. And at the top, Calliope is waiting for us with her Raging Bolt. And she tries to get Rayquaza to attack us, but doesn't play game. And we initiate the fight with Calliope, and we have the footage of that, so we'll put that on the screen now. But yeah, nice and easy fight, really, with the Raging Bolt at the end. And after that, as I say, we get to take on Rayquaza. And yeah, again, we've got the footage of that too, so we'll put that up. But not too bad. Well, wasn't too bad for me. Very, very easy for the other two here because they probably just one Pokeball caught it. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
But I then once we had Rayquaza.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry, you go.
No. All I was going to point out before Rayquaza or Rayquaza, I know there's a lot of heated discussions in the community, in the Pokemon community. Is it Rayquaza or is it Rayquaza? And everyone's a bit like, I guess it all depends where you come from. But all I was going to say is, can you remember that little boy with the cipher before we got there?
Yeah, he finally got it under.
Yeah, he finally got it under control, and I just thought, let me bring that back real quick. And like the cipher that didn't listen started listening, and we found out that its level was actually level 42, and we started doing bits for him. I can't lie, it actually done bits. So I wanted to bring back that little nostalgic moment there, for all of us. But yeah, definitely. But everything what Rushy said is how it basically went for me as well.
Yeah. Also, don't forget that TM25 Thunder is on one of the floors as you're going up the ladder, but you literally can't miss it. It's almost not even worth mentioning. Oh, sorry, for the uni student as well. So this is why I didn't mention it before. So the town before where we just were with the 7th gym, I'd caught all the Pokemon, but it didn't give me anything. It was weird. Like, it didn't come up with anything. I don't know if that's some sort of bug in the game. But not that I really need the items anyway, because I can't use them. But obviously, I'd just like to find out for you guys at home, and obviously Spooks and Rushy, just in case they didn't catch it. But at the Tower of Deoxypus, the uni student is a Gyarados doll, which again is just for your little room in the boat,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think any of us have done anything or will ever do anything on. Is it safe to say that?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I've done a little bit on.
Yeah, I did too. I used
Oh
the
wow!
starter stuff
Who's the
that you
fake
got.
fan now? It's me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll put up some. Me and Rushy, we can either put up some footage right now of like we can just go back to back of how our little rooms look. But because I was doing it in speed up, bro, I'll be honest, the TV's right in the corner of the room, bro. Like it's right in the corner, and
Yeah.
like if you look at it, you're watching TV like this, isn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? You're up against the wall watching, bro. What's that channel? Going like that, isn't it? So yeah, we'll put up. Me and Rushy can do some back-to-back footage on that. That's not a problem, isn't it? But yeah, Ace, continue, man. Sorry.
So after that, I believe it's Corin Crossing that we end up going to once we've caught Rayquaza. Is that right?
Yeah.
Because we're on our way to Port Pello, which way back in episode 1 or 2 is completely blocked off because we find out that Team Chimera are using that place. So the little section going into Corin Crossing, there was a few. Well, actually, there was a lot of. I think from this point till the end of the 8th gym, man, there was some battles.
Yeah.
I literally did not stop. I feel like this whole episode was just battles, and it's obviously funny because that's the whole point of playing Pokemon. But like when it gets a bit too much, it gets really annoying, especially when obviously us guys we're playing the game, but we're also writing notes at the same time, obviously to form this whole podcast. So quite a lot of the time, you just want to find everything that's there and just write it all down and get on to the next one.
Yeah, facts.
So this was a little bit of a Frostlass Cavern V2 for me, but realistically, it was nowhere near that bad. We all know how all of us felt about that in episode 2. That was an absolute nightmare.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to speak about that.
Yeah, we won't go back to that. But you actually pick up the super rod here, which is there's just a fisherman at the bottom right, just casting away, and I think he just loves the idea that other people love fishing, so he gives us the super rod. The uni student here actually gives you TM54 Dazzling Gleam, which is a really good move, but unfortunately, as you guys probably know, I don't have many special attackers on my actual team, so that was kind of useless. That's all I really found there. Does anybody have anything to add on there? I think it was just a whole lot of battles.
I mean, that was the only thing I was going to say on is that there's a whole lot of battles to the point where I don't know about how you boys felt about the game, but I felt like it was getting like the game was just pretty rushed at this point.
Yeah,
and that's
definitely felt that way.
You know, that's just my personal. It's just my personal take on the storyline and everything. Like you've just been led off with like, right, cool. They've just woken up the primordial, you know, Raikou, Suicune, and Entei. Then you've got to go find the other land Pokemon, the other like godlike Pokemon, Land, Sea, and Sky. Then you do that. Then there's just like a whole load of gym battles, and it kind of gets you already at the end. So at that kind of bit is that it just felt really rushed to me, where you had this whole massive build up, and at the end it was a bit like. Obviously, we'll speak about more of this in like the review after the game, which we're going to be planning on doing. But I just wanted to throw that in there. It felt a bit rushed at this point, like you were saying, Cuz, about the battles. I think that was just a way of dragging out the storyline quite a bit to get to this point.
Yeah, it was filling in for stuff that wasn't going on.
Yeah.
Like you say, I think like Spook said about we'll do a review. I think this is a really really good game, but I have to agree with my cousin there. It's almost like all these battles. There was so many of them, and they kept coming and coming and coming. We obviously in the last episode, it was TM Haven, so we'd already got every TM pretty much that you could get. So yeah, it did feel like they were trying to sort of bulk it up a little bit. But what you guys have got to remember is that we are all playing in speed up, and we have been since we started. And for me, there was a couple of times where I thought to myself during this time, like, imagine if I wasn't playing on a speed up. Imagine how long this would probably be going on for.
have you
and
can
we
check,
just ain't got the time for
you
that.
can check the actual in-game time, like how long you've been playing for. And I think I can't remember exactly what mine's at, but it's we're at quite a lot of hours now. But obviously, because we're in speed up, it's all right. But it's So it's a long old game, especially if you're playing it, at normal speed, which we haven't been. But
yeah. So that's our only sort of critique for this area, really.
Definitely.
Yeah, go on, Spooks.
No, all I was going to say is that if you did watch last episode, and we hope that you did, is that even Rushy said in the beginning of the first episode, we are on a time limit here. So we're still skipping many things to get through to this game to make it like enough relevant time for you guys to listen and watch. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm sitting here and we're all agreeing that we're skipping bits and bobs here and there, you can only imagine how big the game is, isn't it? Like, you can really only imagine how much there is to do on the game. But the only other thing there in that little bit, I found Fire Blast from Old Man Fung.
Man
Like Fung. I found Fire Blast from him, and then basically I got to the area where the hideout was, and that hideout dead. No one there. What about you boys? Like, before I move on to the 8th gym hideout area, it just seemed completely dead. There was no one in the town.
No, there wasn't. No, so that was about it. I say the area that we just come through was the Nyx Trials, I believe it was called. That's just the area. That's what the area of the map is named. But yeah, nothing really to find there. It's just a lot of battles leading you to areas hideouts. So that must be where they all are. They're all in the area before you get there. So that's why it's so empty.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
definitely
once you arrive there,
that hideout area was crazy.
Yeah, so once you arrive there, there is a gym there.
So for me, I just want to take us through the Nyx trails real quick. I've actually got quite a few things here. So I picked up a full restore at the top left.
Sound like that's what you need right now.
Yeah, I need a full restore, boy. Tell me about it, man. I'm on 1 HP right now. Do you know what I mean? Lucky man, sturdy though, isn't it? Man's that cheat and greet. I got sturdy, baby. You ain't got to worry about me, baby. But yeah, so there's just to quickly note that before we do get in there is a final battle against Rania, who thinks that she's helping us get ready, but I don't know about you boys, but I think Rani is such a pushover.
Yeah.
Her team is so bad. I always just dog walk it. But that'll be playing in the background now. And so when we were walking into this territory, there's a lot of grunts that you have to fight on the way, right? Like in the Nyx trails. And I was playing, and I was obviously speeding through the battles, and I was sat as I am now at my desk with my AirPods in, and I realised that I was now about to go and save the region, right, from Team Chimera, and I had Loveful by the Cardigans playing with my AirPods in. That's the vibe I was on, and it ended up going to a little bit of Never Too Much Luther Vandross, innit? Do you know what I mean? And I was just cruising through, just throwing balls out, and just ended up on all night long by Lionel Richie. Lionel had to get himself involved, and I was just walking through, all those grunts, and I was like, "This is just my vibe, bro. This is what I'd be doing at the time. I'd get my old bangers playlist on, and I'd just be cruising through. I'd just be dashing Pokeballs like that. If my back held up, I'd be just dashing Pokeballs
all night long. All night, cheating all night long.
This guy, trust me. But anyway, so we end up at the Arios hideout, which is the final place. This is the full-on hideout of Team Chimera, and I don't know about you boys, but I found it quite funny that as you were walking around, obviously I know Rushy doesn't talk to NPCs, but Spooks, I know you do. There would be dialogue, and then the NPC would be like, "Oh, you haven't got your suit and your hood on, by the way."
Yeah, they
put
haven't
your
Do you know
mask
what I
on.
mean? Like that. Yeah, trust me. Put your mask on.
Put
Trust
your
me, you'd be
mask on.
sweating through your neck if you had that mask on. Do you know what I mean,
Trust
fam?
me, trust me. Trust
But
me.
I just I found it funny how we're walking around, we're literally single-handedly taking this team down, and some of these people are just looking at you like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you ought to get dressed,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, that reminded of me in the graveyard with my trousers down my scraggy, innit? A couple people just telling me to get
Grenade
dressed.
juice
Do you know what I
minimized.
mean? Do you know what I mean? Ace is using minimize, and everyone's just saying, "Get your clothes on." Do you know what I mean?
Get your mask
Yeah.
on.
How did you boys get on in this little area before we have the final face off with Team Chimera? How did Spooks? What did you sort of find around here, if anything?
Bruv, bare Drapion, bare Houndooms. That's all I can really say. Every little Pokemon that I realised is just Drapion or Drapion. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, right, is there nothing else here? And then it would come to like Houndoons, and I'm thinking, right, this is a proper, how can I say, this is a grunty area. Do you know what I mean? This is where grunts capture their Pokemon. If there was a grunt Pokemon area, this is where you get it from. But I like it how there was no towns. Do you know what I mean? Like there was no townhouses, what I should say. It wasn't a town. Like literally, yes, I know it's a hideout, but you'd think like, they'd have like their own like lab set up somewhere, and then their own like grunt house somewhere. Then you've got the gym. Then you've got like the boss tower. Can you remember like I think it was in Heart Gold Soul Silver where they had like the Goldenrod Tower. That was their place, and but then
Yeah,
I think it was like what is it, the seventh
the
gym?
game
I can't
corner.
remember.
There
The
was the
game
game
corner
corner as well.
had it in the underneath the game corner. Then you had like where the ice type gym was. I can't remember that, but that was where like just up from the Lake of Rage, innit?
Oh, yeah, that's
Like
it. Yeah,
they
I
had that
remember
little
that.
underground bit there. I thought there would be a bit more, but it was like, nah, here's the gym. Here's Nurse Joy getting duppied by someone, and it's just like, do you know what I mean? She's got nothing to hand out. She's like, oh, I've got no supplies, and I'm like, yeah, heal that. Take that. Take the Pokemon in, innit? Heal that. I don't listen. Do what you got to do, innit? But I need these man refreshed, innit? So it's just
Trust me.
But yeah, that was what I kind of noticed. Like this was a grunt, like the words for me, a grunty area. This was a grunty area, and yeah, that's all I can really say until we get onto the gym. Rushy, how did you get on? What did you think?
Yeah, I didn't speak to anyone and just went straight for the gym. That's what I do.
This guy, man, I
don't know
swear
why
to
I'm
God.
laughing.
No, I did. I did speak to the grunts.
We're 4 episodes deep. I know what to expect.
I did speak to some of the grunts, and they say I thought there'd be some battles or something
Hold
to do
up.
before we got there, but no, there wasn't, and so I did just head over to the gym.
Yeah, nice.
Definitely.
Okay, fair enough then. I've got I had recorded my fights with the admins as well as the gym leader themselves. Obviously these two admins are the ones that have been following us around, or we've been following around the whole region, who we've had a few fights with multiple times. But Spooks, do you want to take us straight into Gym 8?
Yeah, so obviously we're versing Calliope here or Calliope, however you want to say it. Doesn't matter where you're from. This is how we're saying it. So we go straight in right now, and put the footage up now. She goes in with the Hydrapple. I've never seen this Pokemon, so obviously we're going in with Toad. Come on, Toad, and we use a move which I literally just missed, and I think it was Trop Kick or something like that. Trope Kick. So that didn't do anything. And so we had to go back, use Sky Uppercut, hardly hit it. Then it uses a move called Burning Jealousy. I've never seen that move before, and that is just a nuts move. That reminded me of Torch Song. We come in with McQueen, obviously, Skeledirge. Torch Song comes in, burns it. The special attacks gets raised by Torch Song. Gets us to 60. We go into the Torch Song again because it's just going up and up and up. Fainted. And she goes up with the Draxicoke or something like that, Dracocoke or something. And this is the
Dracozolt,
Pokemon, yeah, this is a Pokemon that I've never seen before, but we still go in with that Torch Song, even though that's not very effective. And yeah, so the whole reason I used that last time, even though it's not my weakest, no, it actually is. It actually is one of my weakest moves right now. So we still use it. She comes in with the Grimmsnarl because the Draxocolt's gone from the Torch Song because we're just up there with the special attack now. Grimmsnarl comes in. We come in with the Torch Song again. Torch Song just does Grimmsnarl in one. Um, yeah, you see all my Pokemon are leveling up now. And then she comes in with is it the Tickatonk or something like that? Tinker Tong. She goes to Mega Evolution, uses the Spirit Break. At this point, I was like 25 HP, and obviously it's not very effective, but I should have healed up. Now we're going with Maidon, Honchkrow, Moomin, gets absolutely wiped out by the Spirit Break. So I'm thinking to myself, like, who can I go in with right now, innit? Who can I go in with right now? And I'm pretty sure that we go in with Don Stainless. So Stainless uses a Heavy Slam. Then we go in for the Bulldoze. And the Bulldoze, we're waiting on it. Super effective, but it's still not weak enough. But we hit it with the speed. So if you didn't know, that Bulldoze actually reduces the speed. And for someone like Aggron, we're actually beating the speed. So I was very surprised about that because Aggron's one of the heaviest Pokemon that you can get in Pokemon, isn't it? So we hit that. We go back we're thinking, oh, right, okay, cool. I'm activating the Keystone now. So you can see Aggron's Mega Evolution now. We're going for the Heavy Slam. Heavy Slams hits the Silverly, which has came out. We hit this Heavy Slam again. That's 2 hits to hit that. That's gone. Then she brings out the Raging Bolt. And I'm thinking to myself, right, how are we going to do this? It uses a Calm Mind. We hit the Bulldoze. Gets it to half the HP in Orange. Hit the Bulldoze again because we beat it on speed. Surprisingly enough, we beat Raging Bolt on speed. And that was the team done. Now, I know it sounded like a mess, but honestly, with the amount of Mega Evolves and blah, 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 it's literally that, I can't lie, McQueen and Stainless are my MVPs right now, bro. They're the ones right now, and they're the ones right now. So yeah, that was my gym battle, all over and done with. And yeah, as you could probably see on here, there's a lot of moves that should have been my weakest, but I tried to make it a little bit easier for me, like a little bit easier for the boys and a little bit easier for you to watch and harder on me because obviously I ain't got no spin the wheel. It's like I've been sitting there without the spin the wheel. So I was thinking to myself,
literally.
let's use moves that are not very effective, even though they could be my strongest. I know they're going to be my weakest at the time on that Pokemon. So just a little bit of yes, I should have started to spin the wheel, but at the same time I have because technically towards that Pokemon, they are the weakest moves. So you'll see what I mean when you see the footage. Fair. But Ace,
yeah, that's fair. I'd say that's
take
fair.
us over to yours, man, because obviously you done the admin battles like you just said, didn't you?
Yeah, so I did the admin battles. They may or may not be on the screen. It depends whether I've got time. You know, between the other footages. But we'll jump into my gym battle here. Of course, the team review. I have Lycanroc, my boy. They're level 52, so we're getting up there now. I've got Scrafty in here as well. Greninja, and I don't think my team even changed. I think I just sort of leveled up. Drapion's there as well. So, and Honchkrow, my boy Honchkrow, who's also on this podcast for some reason. But yeah, we're going to jump straight into Calliope, which I like to call her. And she's saying that she needs more power, more everything, more this, more that. And it's all or nothing. This is the final showdown. So there's an outfit there that I picked up, but I'll get into that later. So Lycanroc comes out against the Hydrapple, and we just hit that Stealth Rock straight away. And then I do think I go straight for Rock Stride. I would have thought I'd have gone for an Abstract, but I think I knew that Lycanroc was going to go down, so I just needed to get rocks up, man, because that really helps with this stuff. So double team on Greninja, he's now a normal type with +2 evasiveness. The Hydrapple keeps using this sticky syrup move or whatever it's called, but we just absolutely smack it in the face with an Ice Beam. Ice Beam's always been one of my favourite moves, by the way. Like, even since I was younger, it's just such a good move, man. But yeah, Tinkaton comes out and I come out of Incineroar. Tinkaton gets hit by the stones, and straight away she mega evolves and uses Fake Out, which actually crits me as well. And then Spirit breaks me. But then I just go straight for the Will-O-Wisp. And this is why I love this Incineroar. Obviously, as you guys know, at the start of the series, I was quite upset that I got Incineroar. Is he my most used Pokemon? No. But having a fire type with Will-O-Wisp is just, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
I hit the Darkest Lariat on this Dracozolt here. He keeps using the move to break and swipe to reduce my attack, but I'm 99% sure Darkest Lariat doesn't take stat changes into consideration. Anyway, so Grimmsnarl comes out here and uses a bulk up straight away. Again, Will-O-Wisp. This is kind of a cheese thing to do, but hey, we've got to get to the end somehow. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
Incineroar finally goes down, and it looks like I'm going to bring out Drapion here and Swords Dance straight away. Of course, you guys by now know my disguise ability means I need to use a non-damaging move. Every time I bring a Pokemon out and there's that cross poison, just takes out the Grimmsnarl. I'm +2 on Drapion. And Silvally is coming in now. Gets hit by the stones and I go for another Swords Dance. So I'm +4 right now, and look at that Ceaseless Edge. What an animation. That Ceaseless Edge scatters a few spikes at the bottom for extra damage. As you can see there, Raging Bolt has taken probably about a sixth of its health worth of damage already. Unfortunately, paralyzes me, so my speed gets halved and eventually takes me out with that discharge. And knowing it's a dragon type, I come straight in with Greninja and use double team, but it actually takes me out. And here comes Mrs. Reliable. Scrafty comes in, a quick Swords Dance, and then I'm going to hit a Crunch. And look at that damage. We get the -1 on defense. The Raging Bolt uses Carmine, but yeah, Crunch to take it out. And that is for me Gym 8 done, which I definitely found a lot easier than Gym 6 and 7.
Ah, we've done it again.
I could just about get my arms out. It's worth noting here that the beasts afterwards actually turn into their original forms. But Rushy, maybe you can take us through that after we cover your gym here.
Yeah, so we will pop my footage up on the screen now. So yeah, much the same as your guys' really. So Calliope led with Hydrapple, I led with Groudon. The Groudon, yeah, I use my bulk up on Groudon obviously to start off, and then the Hydrapple goes all out and does half the health or over half the health of Groudon in the first move. So I hit the Hydrapple with a Lava Plume, and then it goes all out on me again. So Groudon is gone. Groudon is down and out.
Wow.
So I switch in the Ampharos, and I'm just going to go through my item bag real quick here and max revive the Groudon because I need him. I need him to come back into the team. So yeah, took me a little while to go through my bag. You can show your disappointment all you like, all you like. But yeah, so Groudon back in the game, but I finish off the Hydrapple. Oh no, sorry, the Hydrapple gets switched out. So actually, I've got Ampharos versus Dracozolt here. Doesn't work at all. So I switch into Rayquaza, and take a super effective hit. Obviously, Dragon on Dragon. But I then use a Snarl. I think that might have been a misclick. To be fair, I didn't mean to use that move, but it happened. And then finish off Dracozolt with Dragon Pulse. And Dragon Pulse, sorry, and yeah, so then Tinkerton comes in next, so I switch back into my Groudon, and hit the first move with the bulk up, just to get that attack stat up, and obviously, yeah, the Tinkerton is mega evolved, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything against Groudon here, so yeah, Lava Plume, a couple of these just to take out the Tinkerton. obviously super effective against the Tinkerton because it's got the steel type. But yeah, Lava Plume takes out the Tinkerton there. And yeah, this I found this quite underwhelming, but we'll come back to that this battle. But I think we'll have the same experience there. But yeah, so Grimmsnarl comes in, Gardevoir comes in for my team. I Mega Evolve my Gardevoir and hit a couple of Draining Kiss here to take out the Grimmsnarl just in the one move there.
Draining Kiss.
Sylvain comes in next. I hit the skill swap, which doesn't do anything, obviously, and then get Iron Head, so super effective against me. But Draining Kiss again keeps me alive. I hit a few of those just to take out this Sylvain here. Yeah, but Draining Kiss does give my Gardevoir back to health. And yeah, so that's all good for me. Hydrapple finally comes back in here. I stick in the game with my Mega Gardevoir. Hit a skill swap. So you've got the super sweet aroma on the Gardevoir there. And then I'll use another Draining Kiss to take out the Hydrapple, although it doesn't completely take it out. But it's obviously super effective. So hit a Disarming Voice to finish off Hydrapple. And then Raging Bolt's about to come in, so I switch back into Groudon here at the end. Obviously, super effective against Raging Bolt. Hit another bulk up. Raging Bolt uses Calm Mind. And then I take it out here with the Precipice Blades in one hit. And that was Gym 8 for me.
Wow, it sounds like you got a lot of use out of Groudon, mate.
I did. Groudon super strong there for me.
You revived about 50 times, didn't you? Jesus
just the once.
Christ.
Just the once. Just the once. But you know what?
Yeah,
that's how I wanted to play it.
I'm only a messer, man. It literally doesn't bother me whether you use legendaries or not. So after we've got the badge, is it the Entei gives you the badge? Or was it the Entei that gave it to you or something?
The Raging
Oh, is it the Raikou? Yeah,
I had the Raikou. No, it could be different for all of you, man. I had the Raikou with that.
I can't actually remember. But we get Dragon Claw, TMO2 Dragon Claw for the TM that we get at the end. And just it's quite funny, really. Like the boys were saying, this last sort of period of time sort of wore thin because Team Chimera just disappear.
Yeah,
that's it.
They use Dig.
It's
this
done.
Is what I'm talking about. Being
Do you know what
rushed,
I mean?
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if maybe Calliope might come back as champion. That's probably not going to happen. But they say that that there's 4 of the gym leaders are the ones that were outside helping us, because before Rania said that 4 of the gym leaders were going to be giving us a hand. But is it not right that they say that they make up the Elite 4? Or have I just made that up completely?
No, you are right.
They do say they're
saying that the gym leaders that you're seeing here right now, the Elite 4 is going to be reintroduced. So it's just like, right, so who's going to be the champion at that point then? Because at the moment there's no champion of that region. So I'm thinking to myself, if you've got no Elite 4, how can you have a champion in it? So do you know what I mean? You can't if the like you said, if the Elite 4 are going to be, this is my theory, isn't it? My theory is if the Elite 4 is going to be reintroduced, you've got no champion. They're talking about how the gym leaders are going to be. I believe for some reason, that Rania or Nico will end up being the champion, isn't it? And that will be our
that's
final
the thing.
rival
I was just thinking that. Yeah, if Rania becomes the champion, then I'm going to be so disappointed because her team is so trash. It's so easy to beat every single time.
Because I can't think of anyone else being the champion.
I can't either.
Well, Well, this is the thing I was going to say, because obviously we talk about the game during the week when we're playing and things like that, and I said to Ace, like, I I played through most of that before you guys did, and I said, I don't know what's happening here, because I don't know if I need to stop playing, because I don't know if Gym 8 is going to be the end of the game, because we have had no mention of an Elite 4 or any champion throughout the entire game. So I just didn't even think they were in the game. We had to Google it to see if that was a thing. So yeah, that's something else that we could maybe talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, just there's no, in the other games it's always hyped up, but there's no mention of them at all in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because obviously
It's
in every
weird.
other single Pokemon game, you see the champion making an appearance, kind of from like Gym 2
Yeah.
onwards. Do you know what I mean? Like they're in this
Yeah,
cave
like
and
Steven,
forest.
Alder, yeah.
Like Lance and everyone like that,
Mm,
Cynthia. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Everyone's doing all this stuff, but at the same time, as like, yes, they dropped the location where the Elite Four would be, but like I
Mm,
say, who is gonna be the champion? Like, I really
I
do
don't know.
believe it's gonna be Rania or Nico, or for some reason, something's telling me that it's gonna be our Don Prius who's on the boat or whatever his name is. Like, he's been following us around like all this
Yo,
time.
that's a
Imagine that
sick
he's
idea.
like, yeah,
What?
bit like how
That's cold.
what's his name who done the Battle Frontier? Was his name Scott or something? He like followed us around every single gym in like Pokemon Emerald, Hoenn, and
Yeah,
Sapphire, the Don with the glasses,
Emerald.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
And then it turns out he's
Bro,
like, yeah, here's the ticket.
that's certainly gonna be him. You know, that's
I
certainly
don't
gonna
know,
be
man. I
Piraeus.
don't
Now that
know.
you've said that, I reckon so. I reckon so. It's gotta be.
I just think if it ain't Nico and Rania, the only other Don who's been really following our journey is Piraeus, and that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
hundred
that's
percent.
the only thing. That's the only thing I can think. He says to us like, "Oh yeah, I know how strong you are. I've been following you around all this time now." Blah 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 blah. Or
Yeah,
it's
that
the
would be
Professor Ilya.
sick.
Or it's Professor Ilya.
Yeah, that is the other option. I feel like that'd be an easy way out, though, to
Yeah,
be honest. But he's not really
We'll
the
see.
professor isn't really that prominent in the story, really, is it?
yeah.
But
No.
yeah, like Rushy says, we will see. I'm assuming, which you'll tell me, we all stopped here, right? Literally as soon as that was
Yeah.
done, we
Yeah.
stopped. So that seems like a pretty good time to bring the penultimate episode of the Pokemon Lazarus series to a close.
Mm.
Next episode, we are going to be jumping into the Elite Four and whoever the champion is. And because I'm pretty sure, I don't see why there's going to be much in between here and the Elite Four and champion. So we are planning to do a little review of Lazarus at the end once we've all become the champion.
Mhm.
Just a little bit of a dive into our own opinions, what we rate the game, what we did and didn't like. But yeah, so that seems like a good place for me to say goodbye to you guys at home. Thank you so much for listening. I know we keep saying it, but there's so much stuff in the pipeline. Like we want you all to keep coming back to see what's going on. We've got a few different style videos coming soon. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. So thank you for watching. That's goodbye from me. Spooks, do you want to say anything?
Oh, just the standard thing I always say, like, get us on the socials, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify. If you don't have Spotify Premium, ask your sister, ask your dad, ask your brother, ask your mother, innit? So make sure you ask them, all those people. Like, it's tailored to all ages. So dads, mums, if you're out there and you want to sit there with your kids, we're doing our best so the kids can watch it as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? We're doing
We're
our best.
trying.
My son's watching the episodes now
Yeah.
as we speak.
Yeah.
I've got him saying he's watching the episodes now. But Rushy, over to you, man.
Yeah, just again a thank you from me. We've loved doing this. I think all three of us can vouch for that. And it feels weird that we're
Yeah.
coming to the end of it, but we've got plenty of games. I won't say what it is, but we've already decided on what our next series is going to be, or will be revealed at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going in. You say go check out our other socials. We post all the clips over on there. And yeah, just again a big thank you for listening or watching. And we'll see you in the next episode.